you're Chuck Schumer, I'm pretty damn dangerous.
Do you have any concern with members of your caucus stumping with Abdul El-Sayed in Michigan, including Senator Bernie Sanders, who's going there this weekend?
Let me say this. First, Donald Trump is in terrible shape, and the Republicans are in Michigan. He looked terrible. Second, Democrats have always come up with candidates that fit their states. We will do that in Michigan. We will beat the Republican, and we will take back the Senate.
So it almost looks as if the Democrat establishment is giving up on Abdul al-Sayed. They didn't say that, but they said it, if you know what I mean by that. Effectively, we have Chuck Schumer slyly admitting that the Democrat Party is actually focusing its attention away from the actual battleground state of Michigan and hoping maybe they can flip Texas or some type of far out dream like that. Because to make a long story short, as we've been trying to tell you, Democrats picked a candidate so insanely unelectable that he's polling worse than any Democrat has in the state of Michigan in the entire 21st century. Keep in mind, this is Michigan. This is formerly a blue wall state. Outside of presidential elections, it's been a very difficult one to crack, but you have him. And while we don't generally rely on polls too much because lately they've been atrocious, I would point out that actually coincides with real election results, which is when I start to care, when I start to take it seriously, because his massive double-digit underperformance in the primary should have told you everything you need to know. And there's a recent Washington Post article trying to detail how insiders in the Democrat Party, Schumer especially, are feeling about this. And while Schumer, once again, like the coward he is trying to get behind El-Sayed, trying to, tacitly give his support because we need to unify with a jihadi communist to win the Senate or something like that. At the same time, they kind of feel like, all right, we're not thinking we're going to do all too great here, which is kind of funny to talk about. How much more funny would it be? Honestly, I hope it doesn't come to this because I hope we do fine in all other regards. But folks, there is a very real possibility, for example, that this guy right here in the nomination of this clown might cost Democrats the Senate, at the very least a Senate seat that's going to be held for the next 6 years in a key battleground state. Anyways, let's talk about it, guys. And I also, at the end of the video, I'm going to address the single worst PR disaster I've ever put out in the history of the channel, which is, of course, Linguini Gate. Never before have I seen something so misunderstood. So we have to address it, okay? We have to address it. Is this me?